Well, I got this in the mail. My wife got this for me as a kind of housewarming present. She was buying furniture and she kind of felt bad, so she got this for me instead. This will be the first high resolution model that I'm going to put together, and I'm excited to take a look at what all is involved. I haven't paid too much attention to the high res line. I do want all of them, but I haven't been watching reviews or other videos on them. So I'm excited to kind of take a first person look at this. So let's just get into it. The box was a little damaged on the way. That was not the supplier's fault. That was, I think it came UPS. So it was UPS's fault. So the box is a little damaged, and that's okay because I don't think anything inside of it got damaged. I'm a big fan of the Astray design, and I think the Astray Noir is no different. Very cool pictures on the back. Lots of artwork, close-up pictures of the different gimmicks and textures, etc. Very nice. Let's pop it open. Okay. So yeah, the box got kind of screwed up here. Okay. Well, obviously we have some what look like decals there. They are stickers. Yep, they are stickers. So they might take some trimming to look decent, but very cool there. Some nice shiny black parts. Very shiny. This dark gray, it's not quite a black, but it has almost a purple tint to it, and that is intentional. So we have weapons and let's see, maybe some blade or backpack parts. This lighter purplish gray and black and red, and even a clear piece. So we have a V-fin, maybe some chest, vents, another V-fin. That's the forward, the very deep V-fin. Cool. Hand and finger parts in this purple pinky color. It's a different purple gray. A couple different purple gray colors in this kit. Very nice blades. And the etching does look very sharp and clear to read on the tang of the blade. More random parts. Oh, these are the textured parts here with this like almost carbon fiber pattern. I don't know if that's gonna show up. Once I get it out of the plastic, we'll take a look. More gray with a little bit of purple. Ooh, yeah. Big blades. Very light gray. More shiny black. Some texture. Yeah, very cool. It's a nice manual. We'll take a look at that. And here is the frame. Die cast feet. Pretty nice. Pretty nice frame. Let's take a look at the manual here. Okay, I guess you can detach the various components from the frame. I did not know that. Many parts not used. That's disappointing. A runner, G, they both have a lot of parts that aren't used. But then also E, F, C, B, and K1. It's just showing you the different swivel points. different joints. Alright, it looks like you start with something on the back and then move towards the front for the chest. Head armor. Armor. Leg armor. More leg and feet. Waist and backpack. Now, the backpack is pretty cool. Gun and sword. Very happy about a handgun. You don't see that very often in the gunpla world. So I do enjoy that. Swords, everybody's got a sword, especially the Astrays, but handguns you don't see too often. Very cool. So it's showing you how to position the different components, how to extend the wings, and then the final product. Very nice indeed. Alright, let's take a look at some of the texture. Besides the texture, I think, what else do you get in a high-res kit? You get a few die-cast parts and joints that are screwed together in some places for a tighter fit, but that's pretty much it. It's the texture and the finish that you're paying for. And the problem with manufacturing parts that are this smooth is that fine little scratches show up everywhere. Scratches here, there's scratches here. There's some waviness in the plastic here and a couple scratches. That looks like it's a mold mark. But it shouldn't take too much to polish that back out. And then here we have some of that texture. Very shiny. So these parts are going to get scratched to hell if I just stack them up. Oh, and you know what? Those are not scratches. Those are oh boy, my plastics. I went to school for plastics engineering, and now I can't remember what those lines are called. But basically what happens is The plastic is injected into the cavity and starts to cool as it's injected, and as other plastic is injected in a different direction, those lines are created where the plastic meets and doesn't completely homogenize. So they are called, I don't remember, but they are in exactly the same place on both sets of the E runner. So those are in fact not scratches, but those whatever they're called. Astray Noir is done. I would give this guy a 10 out of 10, especially for the articulation, which is what I want to talk about right now. You'll have plenty of opportunity to see the design and the features in this model, but I really wanted to focus on the articulation because I think it is a 10 out of 10. Absolutely the best. So I will take it off the stand and we'll just kind of take a look at what this guy is capable of. The joints fit really tightly. You can hear them kind of creak, that plastic on plastic creak, which is actually a good thing, I think, in this case. So, first things first, I guess we'll look at the feet and move up from there. The toe is separate. I'm not a huge fan of the design. It is kind of a pointed, I don't know, I imagine high heels when I look at this. I don't think it's very flattering. The bottom of the foot does have some pot metal in it, so it is weighted. It goes the ankle goes down to there. The heel comes out to there, facing forward. And from side to side, he can almost stand on the side of his feet. So there's a lot of movement there. And a lot of movement in the opposite direction. There is some swivel side to side, but you have to kind of get underneath everything else to make that work. So onto the knee. This is straight. This is the lower bend. He can completely bend his knee so that the calf and the thigh touch. His ankle is actually up in the crotch. There's another joint here so that the knee is double jointed to be able to get that kind of a bend. At the hips, you can spin it completely around. It's just on a peg. Completely capable of the splits. If you move his sidearm sling out of the way, he can bring his knee up into his armpit. the waist. Quite a bit of movement there. His stomach is jointed so he can do crunches. Gives a more realistic look to a bend, I think. From side to side, that's about it right there. And same thing to the other side. I'm really moving this guy around, as you can see. I'm not being gentle. And it's staying together for the most part. So we had the side firearm come out of its holster because I turned it upside down, and the sword came off of the firearm as well. Up to the shoulder. The armor was, I guess, moved out of the way. You can see that that's about as far as it will go. The plastic does start to touch itself there, so it won't go any further. But that is a nice joint. There's lots of movement in the shoulder. The shoulder armor does move out of the way, like I showed. Be able to see it better there. It can come across the chest about like that. I guess that's as close as it can get. The head does move down quite a bit. Up. Pop to the side. There's not a whole lot of movement there, is there? But that's probably enough. Onto the back, you can see the wings here. This moves front and back. This angles up and down. This with the energy beam pieces in here, I don't believe this folds in. But if you pop those out, this is supposed to fold in. And this is a rifle that is double jointed. And it does fold up into the wing like so. This is a handle for the weapon, if you were to take the weapon, the sword out of the wing, this would be the handle. This moves up, completely horizontal, and down. I thought these moved. They do go this direction, forward and back. They also rock forward and back on a bit of a pivot there. This is the display stand adapter. It either fits up in there to hold him from the backpack, or it fits up into there to hold him from the butt. The slings for his weapons, his sidearms. A lot of mobility there to position them out of the way. Well, that's it, guys. I'm done playing around. I give this a 9 out of 10 because there's always room for improvement, but it's pretty well perfect as far as I'm concerned. Hopefully you guys learned something. If not, check out my next video.